I'm sorry about that. I had gotten a phone call. Lord, and I got flour and shit on me. But I was saying that he said that I hadn't told him that I loved him, and I told him the fact that he hasn't said it to me, but he's never really been like who's first. He's never been the first one to try and say that unless he's really feeling it, or if he feels that something's going on between us. I would think that the fact that I wouldn't have said anything would have been the reason why you would have said it, you know. And then he was also talking about because he's coming to Vegas next week that he wanted to come here. But he was like, he said, you didn't seem receptive to it. And, so he just figured he'd just gone home, you know. The one thing I will say that he said to someone else while we were talking is that he said the only Marie I'm gonna fuck is the one I'm talking to on the phone, but she ain't messing with me like that. And he was like, his neighbor was like, oh really? He was like, nah, but we're still friends. So at least I know that we're still friends, and I think that's just always gonna be. I told him that blah. God, why am I saying this stuff? That, and I've told him this several times before. I don't know what the end is going to be, if it's going to bring us back together, or if we'd have to just go our separate ways. But I told him, however it turns out, is that I want his, I want us both to be happy, and I want his happiness to be. I Seeing him happy would make me happy. That's just the bottom line. That's really it. And yeah, this is gonna be tough. It is, and you know, I did told him, I love him. I do, but I don't. I gotta love myself, and that's why me doing this is so important. I mean, I don't want to interrupt whatever it is we had, this long distance thing. But at this point, I told him that, I have to figure this thing out, and that I'm lonely and I'm tired of being lonely, and he feels like I'm going to find someone else, which that is not going to be my focus because, outside of doing my self care, I'm going to be, back in school. And so classes, are important, and he knows that. But I got to do this for myself. I have to take care of myself, and I have to, because I've been taking care of everybody else all this time. And I've literally been neglecting myself, and it has to stop. And this is the stop. You know, I just feel that I'm going to be alone. If someone comes along, I'm going to be open. He said he would too. He said he's going to treat it different than he did before, previously, which I appreciate a whole lot. But I have to do this for me. And if and for no one else but myself, I have to really do this. And it's a journey I take alone. And I have mentally prepared myself for this. Like years ago, like we've been doing this Daniel fast with my church for a number of years. And the Daniel fast is a 21-day fast where you eat vegan options, items, no meat, no dairy, no white bread, no white rice, no sugar, no flour, blah blah blah, all of that. And so, having small children, it was always difficult for me because I'm like, they wouldn't eat vegan, so I had to figure out how to do vegan and eat, fix them regular food, meat. And so I would always fail because I'm like, oh, I got to taste this, 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 and this. 2 years ago, I mentally told myself I wasn't going to do this anymore. And so I always prepared food for myself and I prepared food for them, and I was never tempted. And so I've been mentally preparing myself for this again. Like I said, I'm going pescatarian. And then at the same time, I have been mentally preparing myself for this journey, so that I can be successful, that the goals that I'm setting will come to pass, will come true. That I'm actually going to focus on things that I want to do and are going to make me happy. And so it's been a mental process. And I think that I'm ready for this. I don't know why this particular year or this particular time, but it's just this. And I have to do it. So there are other videos that I don't think that I'm going to post because I'm not sure who would actually see it, if things that I said would actually get back to him. So I don't want to do that. And yeah, so I'm going to take you along on this journey. And we'll see how this goes. Okay? So thank you for listening. And if you like this, give me a thumbs up. If you don't, down, subscribe, hit the bell. When a new video is posted, I don't know how often I'm going to post because when school starts, that's going to take up a lot of my time. So this is the start. Talk to y'all soon.